It's day 41 on the Via Francigena.
We have 10 days to go. I can finally say it.
Today, we are walking from San Quirico de Orcia to Radicofani.
We have heard, okay, so we're in a heat wave again.
Yeah.
And we have heard that it's about 10 degrees Celsius cooler up there.
In Radicofani.
So we're
Unfortunately, did you notice she said up there?
Up there.
So today is a 32-kilometer walk, but as you saw in the opening right there, we got a little help.
We did, and we weren't the only pilgrims that got a little help. It's all uphill today, and 32 kilometers we just know is beyond what we can do.
The bus was 100% pilgrims.
Actually,
I mean, there was only the two of us plus one more guy, but it was still the pilgrim bus.
So we took a bus. We got a little head start. We're gonna go find some food. Brian, is your pack a little heavy today, though?
My pack is annoyingly heavy today.
Can I please tell the people about what's in your pack? So you know that we got distracted by wine yesterday or in the last video, whenever you're seeing
And
this.
we said in at least 3 different places, no, we cannot buy wine, we are pilgrims.
And we cannot carry wine. But why is your pack a little heavy?
So Michelle bought us a very expensive bottle of wine last night.
I did not.
Because our room with air conditioning had no air conditioning. And she complained. And they left us a gift outside our door. And it's a bottle of wine.
And on the way to the door, Brian said, it better not be wine.
Cookies would have been lovely.
But it was wine. And so Brian says today we're going to have a snack on the trail. And it's going to be
I got a bottle of wine that's got to go at some point really soon. Because it made my pack heavy.
So let's go find some food to go with that wine.
It's only 7:30 in the morning.
I meant food now.
For a
to
picnic
take on
later.
the trail and a picnic. Sometimes he likes to trap me into something I did not say. Let's go find some food.
Andiamo.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away.
As much pecorino cheese as we have been eating, we knew somebody had to have a sheep farm. Apparently, this flock may be responsible for all of the pecorino cheese in Italy. As far as we know, they're the only ones we've seen. So we're gonna say it's a fact. It's on YouTube, it must be true. Uh-oh, it's a VF traffic jam.
I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me.
Really? Come on, girls.
Be free with me. Be free. Not looking back. Eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Oh, yeah. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out.
Well, we have climbed about a third of the way up our elevation for the day. We kind of started basically at the bottom of this valley. And that tower on the horizon is Radicofani, which is our destination for the end of the day today.
But look at these views.
But that last little bit looks like it's going to be a bear.
Young. Better not be an exit only.
That's what she said.
Be free with me. Yeah, let's go. Be free with me. Oh, come on and let's go. Let's be free with me. Yeah.
enjoying a moment of the wind. We've had no shade for 15 kilometers. Well, I'm sorry, 12 kilometers. No shade. If there's a tree with even the smallest amount of shade, we share it. It's been hot. It is 89 degrees right now, so it's been hotter. The high today, what did I say, Brian?
93.
93 up on the mountaintop where we're headed. We have 4 kilometers to go. And let's just say I hope I don't run out of water. This is what I'm talking about with our little bit of shade. Brian, come join me in the trees. And then there's our end.
Radicofani, that is 3 kilometers and 200 meters up.
Of no shade.
Looks like there might be some forest.
I'm not gonna assume there's any shade.
Today may be a good day to learn how to hitchhike.
Okay.
Does it look like it's getting any closer? Because it does not feel like it is getting any closer. I swear, that tower is still no closer.
I think the cows are guarding it.
None shall pass. What? None shall pass.
Woohoo! 814 meters. And a car. I think this is gorgeous.
Wait, we could have taken a car up here?
Wah wah. We gotta keep on moving. It's the altitude, it makes me loopy. But this is exciting! This is very exciting! I can't be hit from behind the cameraman. We are going to get a gin and tonic and a Negroni. We are going to check into our accommodation that we hope maybe has air conditioning. It's supposed to have it last night. It didn't. And then we are going to climb up to where that tower is. But we have other priorities first. Yes?
See.
And we have a bottle of wine to enjoy at the very top. Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome to Radicofani, where they forgot to build stairs. We made it to the top. Holy cow.
People think we just made it to the top for our accommodation, but do they really know what else we did? We walked another 900 kilometers.
Meters.
Meters? 900 meters.
Kilometer.
1 kilometer. Oh yeah, that would be a lot. 1 kilometer so we could have 360-degree views. But now we have to get to the top of that.
But it was also another 90 meters up. And now we're gonna climb that tower.
Because why not?
So Michelle mentioned that we climbed up to Radicofani, and that's the village right there. our lodging is over on this side of the village, but we climbed the rest of the way up to here to get to the castle, which we still haven't gone up into. We are at the fortress at the top of Radicofani.
The sun is directly in my eyes. I have
sun
no
is in my eyes,
sunglasses.
so I'm not taking my glasses off. By the way, you might have heard earlier about the bottle of wine. It made it to the top. It's not going back down.
We tried
At
to
least
find
not full.
glasses. We tried really hard
To
I
find
feel like
plastic cups.
This is disgraceful to wine right now.
To Tuscan wine, this is a disgrace.
And
But
we have walked for 40 days.
it's crazy.
I'm not gonna cry. The wine would make me cry, but I'm not going to. Part of it is the sun is just really bad in my eyes. I can't, can you just show them what we're looking at right now?
I can't.
Ryan, what have you overcome? What's something that you're more confident of because of this walk so far? Are you better, stronger? Are you different? Has the Camino magic worked on you?
No.
That's not funny. Yes, it has.
No, I mean, I was confident coming in that we were going to do it.
What else?
I knew we had it. And I also knew that I have a credit card. So if we couldn't do it, I could always get a train ticket. I mean,
don't let them fool you, people. We have overcome a lot.
This has been challenging.
This is the hardest thing we have ever done in our entire lives. And we've done some ridiculous things. Things like pre-YouTube, like no one knows about.
Doing one
epic
ridiculous hike is one thing. Doing
50 days.
50 consecutive epic hikes is a whole nother thing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and yes, we've had the rest days, so it's been more than,
Well,
it'll have been more than 50 days. Like right now we're at 40 days today.
walking.
But how many rest days have we had leading up to this?
10 or 11.
Days off. So yes, it hasn't been every day.
But you know what? It doesn't matter.
Tell my feet that.
There are some who have hiked more in the span that we've hiked. There are some that have hiked less.
People are hiking longer days than we're hiking.
For us, we have stretched ourselves in ways that I never even thought we would 15 years ago when we got married.
Oh my God, nobody 15 years ago, people that know us 15 years ago, would have never expected this from us.
But we are happy. We are so, this completes us. This is, every day is hard. And every day we get a little grouchy.
We have our moments.
Every day.
There's a period
Every
day within the last 2 to 3 kilometers where we are not the happiest people to be around.
We are
and,
not happy
and a lot of
together.
days during that period, I will turn the camera on just because I know we both are pissed off about turning the camera on, but we both smile and we make it look good for a second. And that kind of helps then for the next couple of kilometers.
Yeah, we've got some.
Although some people get a lot more angry when I do that than others.
I do. I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes I just want to sit in it, and he pulls me out of it. But I think that's part of what makes us good together, is that we pull each other out of our funk.
Yeah. So as much as we could wax poetic sitting here looking at the sunset, they're going to lock the gates to this fortress in like 5 minutes, and we probably should get out.
We have to finish the wine because we're not carrying it back down.
And we should probably leave before they close the gates.
Yeah.
So
Enjoy the views. And
we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Man, what a day.
meanwhile-
What a day. What a day. Hey, meanwhile, salute.
Buonasera. Good night. Yeah, this is all pretty cool. This castle was built in the 9th century, and then for the next 400 years it went through several hands as it was sold off to various people, and then eventually the church got a hold of it and the Pope enlarged it, and then Italian Robin Hood got a hold of it at one point. He was a robber baron. He would rob you, and then depending on how wealthy you were, he'd either take all your stuff or he'd only take a little bit of it. But then he would always bring the people that he robbed back to the castle for a big party afterwards, and then send them on their way. Michelle wants me to be emotional on camera.
No. So listen. At the top of a gigantic hill, after a very long day, I'm emotional over physically what we've accomplished. Physically, we have done more than than we could have imagined. So we sit down for an outstanding dinner because
here at La Gotta in Radicofani.
We're starving. We've had very little to eat today. And Brian and I start talking about food.
I'm ready to cry over this meal.
So I say to him, the Camino should have changed you. What has it changed of you? And you say, nothing. But then we get to leaving and you're emotional over food.
So right now you're seeing all the food that we just had for dinner. We ordered an antipasti
to share. Everything is to share.
So we ordered one antipasti to share, one primo to share, one secundo to share, and 2 side dishes.
Of vegetables. We were trying to get some vegetables in.
Which is normally not an excessive amount of food.
No.
It was so much food.
It was more than honestly we've seen.
A bottle of house wine, which was, by the way, box wine.
It was €6.
The whole meal.
And a liter of water, which you always pay for the water.
The entire meal was €44, which would come out to maybe $46.
Brian has been, every recipe he's been looking up online and sending himself recipes. So my hope is in the fall, we're going to start doing recipes of the month again.
Cooking with the Colemans again. We'll be coming back.
Oh my gosh.
The meal was just phenomenal for $44. I have a tear in my eye. Buongiorno.
Good morning.
It is day 41 on the Via Francigena. Today we are walking 25 kilometers.
Nope. 23 and a half. Don't put more in there than need be.
The app says 25. Apparently the book says 23 and a half.
Oh, we have a difference in opinion. Uh-oh.
We are walking from Radicofani to Acquapendente.
Can you see that below us?
The problem with these beautiful epic views at night is it means a big descent first thing in the morning.
Well, we had a big descent getting up here, so it's going to be straight down for a while. First 10 kilometers is going to get us off the mountain. And then
the next 6 or 8 kilometers is all along a roadway.
And it says a lot of warnings. You could take an alternate route, but it's 32 kilometers, and neither one of us have 32 in us.
Nope.
So the only other challenge we have today besides the road is the 2 restaurants along the way are closed. So we just grabbed breakfast and got some sandwiches to go. That's about all we have for an option today.
I think it's a good time to mention, though, that just because the book says that there's food, you always have to do a reality check, because the book does say, the guide does say, that there are a couple of intermediate food stops. We looked them up on Google Maps, and they are both temporarily closed.
No, one's temporarily closed, one's closed on Saturdays. And today's Saturday, which I'm glad I looked, because I wouldn't assume something is closed on a Saturday.
So it's just always a good idea to do a reality check, especially now. Some restaurants have closed permanently because of COVID-related issues, just like back at home in the States.
Yeah.
So you always have to make sure you know. Don't just take the books as gospel.
Well, and so because of that, we're carrying a little bit more water because we didn't see anything for water, and we're carrying our lunch. So we've got a plan, which makes us walking in this heat better. Today's gonna be a high of 99 degrees. So our hope is to walk fast since it's on the road and get there before noon.
The start bell just went off.
Yeah.
Quick, go! Andiamo! So there's a really good shot, Radicofani. And if you look right there below the green hilltop, you can see the village, which is what we walked up to yesterday. It was kind of hard to see. Well, we couldn't see it at all approaching from the other side. So we didn't climb up to the very top where the fortress is on the walk. We stayed in the village, dropped our packs, and then we did climb all the way up to the fortress. It was a little hard to tell, I think, that yesterday's video. But you can see kind of a tree line zigzagging down the hillside. That's what we've been walking right now. We are about 3.6 kilometers into our walk right now. So on the road, 3.5 kilometers. Of course, if I had wings, that looks like maybe 1.5 kilometers. But that's where we started. This is where we're going.
Unfortunately, there's an uphill right here.
So this is not a shortcut, this is the actual VF that walks on this road for 6 kilometers, with the exception of a couple of spots where there's a farm path that will get you off the road for a minute. The first 10, 11 kilometers of our walk, we saw 4 cars.
All going very slowly.
Now we're seeing more than 4 cars every minute. The sign is telling us that these fields are wheat fields for bread flour. That's the first time we've seen that. That's really nice to know. Oh crap, I gotta catch up. Wait for me!
The sign is talking about flour for bread and peachy.
Oh, peachy. Oh, but it's wheat Verona, and the other wheat was wheat Bologna.
Right.
This is definitely the most interesting road walk I've ever done. The book says 6 kilometers along the road, dodging traffic. But since we got on the road, I'd say we've only walked maybe 200 meters on the road.
Yeah.
Because the signs have immediately diverted us onto first the farm trail, then what looks like an abandoned road, and now this wooded trail. So it's actually been much more pleasant than we were expecting.
We're 1 kilometer from food.
We hope.
It's open.
Oh, Toscana, you have been so good to us. With your beautiful views, your delicious wine, and your amazing pasta. Lazio, will you treat us as well? Oh, let's hope. But don't worry, Tuscany, we'll be back. Town that we are in right now, chileno is famous because in the 1600s, Galileo was quarantined here on his way to Rome for the Inquisition because of a plague that was spreading through Tuscany. Our accommodation tonight gave us the phone number for a taxi driver. We managed a conversation, and the driver is coming to get us for the last 4 kilometers, which is the all uphill part, because it is almost 2 o'clock. It is very hot and we are very tired.
The downhill was slower because of the gravel than we expected, and there's been no food. So our little sandwich is not holding up.
It is 1:57.
It is 90 degrees.
Oh, at least.
It's more than that.
Yeah.
It's hot.
19.6 kilometers. We call Uncle.
The problem is the blacktop is so hot. Like, honestly, it feels like
I
it's
wish I
burning
had
through
my little
shoes.
RV heat gun right now.
It feels like it's burning through my right shoes. So that's a struggle. So you know what? It's okay. I'm glad that we have this option because there's no buses or taxis that we knew of for this leg.
Yeah.
And it's been a tough one today. The downhill was not as easy as we thought it would be because it was very loose, dry gravel, and we had to watch. We had to watch every step.
We were doing about 17 minutes a kilometer.
16
minutes a kilometer.
Yeah.
Going downhill because it was just so slick on the
And
dry gravel.
And then when it wasn't slick, we were walking uphill.
Yeah. Every day is a little different on the Via Francigena.
We're staying at a pizzeria tonight. Guess what we're having for dinner?
Pizza for dinner.
Sounds like a plan.
And beer. Buonasera.
Buonasera, good evening. Life is much better now.
We are in a much better place now, figuratively and literally.
We've showered. We've washed our laundry.
We laid down for like an hour.
We talked to the granddaughter. Always a good day. And
now we ventured back out to
yeah.
get something to eat because we kind of had lunch, but it was very late lunch.
Well, as we said at the beginning of the day, like we planned for it, so we ate a croissant before we left and we packed sandwiches. The problem was it was so hot sitting out there eating a sandwich.
I ate less than half of my sandwich. I just couldn't eat. It was so hot.
It was too hot, and we knew we were hitting the bottom pretty hard.
So we ended up taking the cab for 4 kilometers. So now
you gotta watch yourself in the heat, and we know that. And
we do know that.
We know the warning signs.
And we could have made it.
We had what we
Plenty
needed.
of water still. It was just
not fun. It was not fun.
So yeah, we called it, which is fine. Now we're out to explore. We're gonna head over to the Basilica Cathedral to hopefully get a stamp at the tourist office.
And a museum.
And
for
there's
the
a
Via
museum
Francigena.
of the Via Francigena. The city museum here has a special feature on the Via Francigena, so hopefully that'll be open and we can go into that.
Very nice.
And then we're having dinner at the restaurant of the place we're staying, which will be open tonight for dinner. They were just closed today for lunch.